Unlike any other wizarding school, Hogwarts has a ghost professor, Professor Binns, who teaches history of magic. He died in his sleep and simply continued teaching as a ghost, seemingly unaware of his own death. The massive Hogwarts kitchen is located directly below the Great Hall and is run by over 100 house elves. They prepare all the meals and send them up magically through the ceiling. In Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, an alternate timeline shows Cedric becoming a Death Eater after being humiliated in the Triwizard Tournament. This drastic change in character shocked many fans, as it was far from the noble Cedric they knew. Cedric was the Hufflepuff Quidditch captain and a Seeker. He defeated Harry Potter in a match during Prisoner of Azkaban, although he tried to call for a rematch when he realized Harry had been knocked off his broom by Dementors. This showed his strong sense of fairness. After Moody's death in Deathly Hallows, his magical eye was taken by the Ministry of Magic, and later used by Dolores Umbridge to spy on her employees. Harry found it embedded in her office door at the Ministry and took it back, ensuring it wasn't misused. In the Order of the Phoenix, Dobby is the one who introduces Harry to the Room of Requirement, explaining that house elves use it for storing things and hiding when they need to. The movie replaces him with Neville, once again downplaying his involvement. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Draco mentions that his father, Lucius Malfoy, considered sending him to Durmstrang instead of Hogwarts. Durmstrang is known for its dark magic curriculum and lack of tolerance for Muggle-born students, making it a fitting place for a Malfoy. However, Narcissa Malfoy insisted that he stay closer to home. Unlike James, who was killed immediately, Voldemort actually offered Lily a chance to step aside before killing Harry. This was due to Snape's desperate plea to spare her life. However, Lily refused, choosing to die for Harry instead. When Voldemort arrived at Godric's Hollow to kill Harry, James fought to protect his wife and son. Despite not having his wand, which was in another room, he tried to hold off Voldemort to give Lily time to escape. His selfless act gave Lily a chance to shield Harry, which ultimately led to Voldemort's downfall. As a powerful wizard and skilled duelist, Sirius was one of the few people Voldemort considered a serious threat. This made his imprisonment in Azkaban all the more significant, as it removed a key obstacle to Voldemort's return. After the war, Neville married Hufflepuff student Hannah Abbott. She later became the landlady of the Leaky Cauldron, where they lived for some time. After playing for the Holyhead Harpies, Ginny transitioned into journalism and became the lead Quidditch correspondent for the Daily Prophet. Dumbledore was one of the greatest duelists in history. His legendary duel with Grindelwald in 1945 was considered one of the most powerful wizarding battles ever. He also easily overpowered Voldemort during their fight at the Ministry of Magic in Order of the Phoenix. In his final moments, as he lay dying in the Shrieking Shack, Snape tells Harry to "Look at me." This wasn't just because Harry needed to see Snape's memories. Snape wanted to see Lily's green eyes one last time. It was a tragic yet poetic moment that cemented his love for Lily as the defining force of his life. Ron's full name is Ronald Bilious Weasley. The name Bilious comes from his uncle, who was said to have died after seeing a Grim, an omen of death in the wizarding world. This adds an eerie element to his name, as Ron himself feared the Grim in Prisoner of Azkaban. After the events of the series, J.K. Rowling revealed in an interview that Cho married a Muggle. Unlike many other wizarding characters whose post-Hogwarts lives were explored, not much is known about Cho's later years beyond this fact. Molly and Arthur Weasley were so in love during their time at Hogwarts that they would sneak out at night to spend time together. She confessed this to Hermione in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, recalling how she and Arthur would break the rules to meet. J.K. Rowling has mentioned that she drew inspiration for Bellatrix from various historical figures, including women who were loyal to brutal dictators or involved in dark political movements. In Goblet of Fire, Hermione creates Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare to fight for house elf rights. Ironically, most house elves, including Dobby's former colleagues, were happy with their roles and resented her efforts. She dueled and defeated Kingsley, Tonks, and Hermione at once. During the Battle of Hogwarts, Bellatrix fought and held her own against 3 skilled duelists, Kingsley Shacklebolt, Nymphadora Tonks, and Hermione Granger. This shows just how powerful she was in combat. Before Azkaban, Bellatrix was still cruel and fanatical, but her madness truly took over after spending nearly 15 years in the wizard prison. Dementors drained her sanity, and when she escaped, she was even more unhinged than before. Since Merop Gaunt used a love potion to make Tom Riddle Sr. stay with her, Voldemort was conceived without real love, which may explain his inability to feel it. After graduating from Hogwarts, Voldemort worked at Borgin and Burke's, using his charm to acquire rare magical artifacts, including Helga Hufflepuff's cup and Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem, both of which became Horcruxes. In a moment of weakness, Pettigrew hesitated to kill Harry at Malfoy Manor. This act of mercy was seen as betrayal by Voldemort's enchanted silver hand, which turned against Pettigrew and strangled him to death. His final moments were ironic. His cowardice had kept him alive for years, but a moment of conscience led to his downfall. Unlike other Death Eaters, Bellatrix received direct magical training from Voldemort himself, making her one of his most powerful followers. Her skill in dueling, dark magic, and the unforgivable curses was unparalleled among his ranks. Throughout the books, Ron is known for his quick temper and colorful language. However, since the series is aimed at young readers, J.K. Rowling often censors his swearing with phrases like, "Ron said a very rude word." After his staged death, Pettigrew was posthumously awarded the Order of Merlin, First Class, for supposedly dying while stopping Sirius Black. His mother was even given his finger as a keepsake, believing her son was a martyr. Because both are descendants of the Peverell family, Harry and Voldemort are technically distant relatives. However, Voldemort comes from Cadmus Peverell's line, who had the Resurrection Stone, while Harry descends from Ignotus, who had the Invisibility Cloak. Voldemort never referred to anyone but Harry, Dumbledore, and Snape directly. However, during Deathly Hallows, he calls Ron the Weasley Boy, showing he at least acknowledges Ron's importance. The name Bellatrix comes from Latin, meaning female warrior. This fits her personality perfectly, as she was one of the most battle-hardened followers of Voldemort. Harry's letter was written in a way that ensured it reached him, no matter where he was. Mr. H. Potter, The Cupboard Under the Stairs, 4 Privet Drive. This attention to detail was why Hogwarts letters always found their recipients. Harry's scar was not a random design. It was the shape of the wand movement for the Avada Kedavra curse, symbolizing the spell that nearly killed him. After being expelled in his 3rd year, Hagrid was prohibited from practicing magic, although Dumbledore allowed him to remain at Hogwarts as the gamekeeper. Unlike Harry and Ron, who skipped their final year, Hermione returned to Hogwarts after Voldemort's defeat to complete her education. Hogwarts is hidden from Muggles using powerful enchantments. If a Muggle stumbles upon the area, they will see ruins with a warning to stay away. Before Goblet of Fire, the Triwizard Tournament had not been held for over a century due to the dangers and fatalities involved in its earlier versions. In addition to the Daily Prophet, other publications like The Quibbler cater to niche audiences, showcasing the diversity of magical journalism. Professors at Hogwarts rarely leave their positions, with most staying for decades. This ensures a continuity of knowledge and tradition at the school. Some magical creatures, like hippogriffs and dragons, can understand human speech, which is why respect and proper etiquette are crucial when dealing with them. Dementors can only be driven away using a Patronus charm. They cannot be killed or destroyed, as they are not truly alive. The Weasley family clock is a magical artifact that tracks the location and well-being of each family member, showcasing the family's deep bond and concern for each other. The magical community has its own fairy tales, such as the Tales of Beedle the Bard. These stories often contain moral lessons and hidden magical knowledge. The centaurs in the Forbidden Forest possess their own type of celestial magic, which includes advanced divination and an understanding of the stars. Hogsmeade is unique as a village inhabited entirely by witches and wizards. Its history dates back to medieval times, making it a key cultural hub for the magical community. According to Gamp's law of elemental transfiguration, food cannot be created from nothing. Wizards can summon, multiply, or transform food, but cannot produce it magically. To become an Auror, wizards must excel in defense against the dark arts and undergo a 3-year training program. learning advanced magic and investigation techniques. There are only 11 major wizarding schools worldwide, including Hogwarts, Durmstrang, and Beauxbatons. Smaller schools or tutors handle magical education in less populated areas. While rare, some highly skilled wizards, such as Dumbledore and Voldemort, can perform magic without wands. Wandless magic often requires greater focus and innate talent. J.K. Rowling revealed that Luna Lovegood was inspired by a real-life friend whose quirky personality and unique outlook on life resembled Luna's. Chocolate is not just a treat in the wizarding world. It has magical properties that help counteract the effects of dark magic and dementors by restoring happiness and warmth. A Patronus can change shape based on significant life events. For example, Tonk's Patronus changed to a wolf after falling in love with Remus Lupin. In early drafts, J.K. Rowling considered having Bellatrix Lestrange kill Ron instead of Sirius or Dobby, but she changed her mind because of Ron's importance to the trio's dynamic. Ron's arachnophobia stems from an incident in his childhood when Fred turned his teddy bear into a spider. This fear plays a recurring role throughout the series. While Quidditch is the most popular wizarding sport, others, like gobstones and exploding snap, are also widely played in the magical world. Wizard chess is another favorite pastime, enhanced by enchanted pieces. During the writing of Order of the Phoenix, J.K. Rowling initially planned to kill off Arthur Weasley after he was attacked by Nagini in the Department of Mysteries. However, she spared him, as the series already lacked strong father figures. Despite proving his innocence regarding the Chamber of Secrets incident, Hagrid's wand was never replaced. However, his pink umbrella secretly contains the remnants of his original wand. Each ghost at Hogwarts represents a unique connection to life and death. The Grey Lady, Helena Ravenclaw, and the Bloody Baron share a tragic love story, while nearly headless Nick's failed beheading reflects his insecurities. Halloween is an important date in the wizarding world because it marks the night Voldemort killed James and Lily Potter and tried to kill Harry. Harry gave Fred and George his Triwizard winnings, which they used to open their joke shop, bringing joy and humor to the wizarding world during dark times. Before becoming a Transfiguration professor, Minerva McGonagall was a talented Quidditch player during her Hogwarts days. She suffered a nasty fall, which led her to give up the sport. Before deciding on a train, Rowling considered making the mode of transport to Hogwarts a flying carpet. However, she settled on the train to evoke nostalgia and tradition. St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies and Injuries treats everything from spell damage to dragon pox. Its unique wards reveal the challenges of magical healthcare. In a later interview, Rowling admitted that Hermione and Ron might not have been the best romantic pairing. She suggested Hermione and Harry might have been a more logical match, but she stuck with her original plan. The Sorting Hat once belonged to Godric Gryffindor. It was enchanted by all four founders to determine students' house placements based on their values and traits. The magical community operates in secrecy because of the International Statute of Secrecy, enacted in 1692. This law prevents wizards from revealing magic to muggles, ensuring peace between the two worlds. Rowling hinted that the Dursleys' dislike of Harry was amplified by the magical protection Lily's sacrifice provided. This enchantment made living with Harry uncomfortable for them. Photos in the wizarding world are enchanted to move, capturing not just an image but a moment. Rowling said, "This reflects how magical people perceive time and memory differently than muggles." Remus Lupin's name was a clever nod to his condition. Remus refers to the Roman myth of Romulus and Remus, who were raised by a wolf. Lupin comes from lupus, the Latin word for wolf. J.K. Rowling has said that Hagrid holds a special place in her heart. His blend of strength, loyalty, and kindness makes him one of the series' most beloved figures. Fred and George's birthday is on April Fool's Day, a fitting choice for the prank-loving duo. This playful detail reflects their mischievous personalities and adds a humorous touch to their characters. Hermione's cat, Crookshanks, is not an ordinary cat, but part Kneazle, a magical creature known for its intelligence and ability to sense suspicious characters. This explains why Crookshanks immediately distrusted Scabbers, who was actually Peter Pettigrew, and trusted Sirius Black in his animagus form. J.K. Rowling revealed in an interview that Rubeus Hagrid could not produce a corporeal Patronus due to his traumatic childhood and the emotional pain he carried throughout his life. This underscores his gentle yet deeply scarred nature. After the events of the series, Harry and Dudley Dursley maintained a polite but distant relationship. They occasionally exchanged Christmas cards, reflecting growth and a truce between the cousins. The Sorting Hat debated whether Hermione should be placed in Ravenclaw because of her intelligence and love of learning. Ultimately, her bravery and determination made her a better fit for Gryffindor. Professor Minerva McGonagall had a tragic backstory that wasn't revealed in the main books, but was later shared by Rowling. She fell in love with a Muggle, but their relationship ended when she realized the dangers of their worlds colliding. She later married a wizard named Elphinston Urquhart, but he died 3 years into their marriage, leaving McGonagall widowed. In Goblet of Fire, Hermione creates Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare to fight for house elf rights. Ironically, most house elves, including Dobby's former colleagues, were happy with their roles and resented her efforts. J.K. Rowling has mentioned that she drew inspiration for Bellatrix from various historical figures, including women who were loyal to brutal dictators or involved in dark political movements. Molly and Arthur Weasley were so in love during their time at Hogwarts that they would sneak out at night to spend time together. She confessed this to Hermione in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, recalling how she and Arthur would break the rules to meet. The Hogwarts Express, the magical train that takes students to Hogwarts, was originally a Muggle train. The Ministry of Magic magically relocated it and enchanted it to serve the wizarding community. This is a rare example of wizards using Muggle technology. After the events of the series, J.K. Rowling revealed in an interview that Cho married a Muggle. Unlike many other wizarding characters whose post-Hogwarts lives were explored, not much is known about Cho's later years beyond this fact. In the Order of the Phoenix, Harry sees Snape's worst memory, where James Potter humiliates him. However, the true pain of this memory wasn't the bullying, but the moment Snape calls Lily a mudblood, destroying their friendship and any hope of reconciliation. Hagrid's three-headed dog, Fluffy, was inspired by Cerberus, the three-headed dog from Greek mythology who guarded the entrance to the underworld. This is one of many mythological references woven into the series. The Elder Wand, one of the Deathly Hallows, is steeped in bloodshed. Every previous owner of the wand met a violent end, as possession of the wand often led to betrayal and murder. Harry's decision to return the wand to Dumbledore's tomb broke this cycle, symbolizing his rejection of power and violence. The name Dumbledore means bumblebee in Old English. J.K. Rowling said she chose the name because she imagined Dumbledore humming to himself as he wandered around Hogwarts, much like a bumblebee buzzing around a garden. During an interview, Rowling revealed that she briefly considered killing off Ron Weasley while writing the series. This decision was contemplated during a darker time in her life, but was ultimately abandoned, as she realized Ron's role was crucial to Harry's journey. In the Deathly Hallows, Ron's Patronus is revealed to be a Jack Russell Terrier, a breed known for its affinity for chasing otters. Hermione's Patronus is an otter, subtly foreshadowing their romantic connection. Harry Potter's birthday, July 31st, is not random. It's J.K. Rowling's birthday too. But there's a deeper significance. Harry being born in midsummer aligns with the notion of hope and renewal in mythology and literature. It contrasts with Voldemort, born on December 31st, representing the dark, cold end of a year. Before settling on Hermione Jean Granger, Rowling considered naming the character Hermione Puckle. However, she thought the name didn't match Hermione's sharp intellect and personality. She later chose Granger for its straightforwardness and Hermione to honor her favorite Shakespearean character from The Winter's Tale.